Hello friends, this is Sumit and I have come up with another exciting template which will be, I'm sure, very useful for you. So this template, as you can see, is based on the backlog refinement. So you all are aware, what is the importance of backlog in agile, practice. So backlog is definitely, required whenever we are planning for upcoming sprint. We have to be ready with, certain story points available in the backlog, which we can feed into our upcoming sprint. So and because of that reason, backlog refinement is also an important practice which we follow in agile process. So in this video I am going to explain you what this smart template which is based on backlog refinement and how this could be very useful, extremely useful for all of you. So we will see. So you can see this is a very smart template which I have prepared, and it has two sheets in it. The first one is dashboard, which we can see right now, and the second sheet is a graph base, which will show you what is your current backlog health, as well as it will also show you in a two line chart what is the status or the defined story points timeline. Okay, and the second graph you will be able to see the your refinement efficiency. Let's go to the dashboard, and here you can see, so on the left side you will see some sort of selections, and I will explain you what it is. The first part is, first selection is, as you can see, it says number of sprint of velocity calculation. So this is a drop down where you need to select how many sprints, last sprint you want to consider in order to calculate the sprint velocity. So you just need to select whatever sprint and how many sprint last sprint you are considering. So for example, I have select 5 here, so, and it's showing me the sprint velocity is 20. So the sprint velocity, the sprint velocity, if I'm taking 5, so this will calculate this will consider my last 5 sprint. So sprint velocity is basically sum of completed story points in last 5 sprint divided by number of sprints. So based on this calculation, I am getting my sprint velocity, which is 20, showing here. In the next selection box, it says backlog strength, which should be multiple of your velocity, and you can also select any numbers from this drop down, which start from 1x to 10x. So this is basically you just need to select how many sprint velocity, how many sprints or how many velocity you want to consider in order to create your standard for your backlog strength. For example, let's say I am considering here 2x. So you can see my expected story point in backlog will be 40. Why showing 40? Because my velocity is 20. Since this is it's some sort of numbers, so it's showing me 40 because I have chosen 2x as my sprint, as my backlog strength. If I choose it, let's say 4x, then you can see my expected story points in backlog is showing me 80. So 20 into 4 is 80. That's why it's showing 80. The next selection box is refined story points in backlog. This is a box where you need to manually enter how many story points you have in your backlog. So for example, I can put any number here, whatever numbers I have in my backlog I have to put here. And in next two boxes it will show you what is your refined story points available. That is showing 50%. Why showing 50%? Because you can see here the target or my expected story points in my backlog, it should be 80, and if I compare my existing story points, which is 40, to this 80, it is showing me that I am currently 50% of my 50% story points are available in my backlog, and the remaining 50% which I need to refine. In the last box it says number of days to calculate for refinement efficiency. So again, there is a drop down. You just need to select how many days you want to consider while calculating your refinement efficiency, and I will show how this will be this will be reflecting on the right side table. So now now we'll see what these two tables are showing. So first table is showing you your sprint trends. So in these two columns you have to manually update your sprint details, your sprint number, and how many story points you have completed on these sprints. You just need to put here. On this last column is formula based, is showing total till date. So it isn't formula based, you can see. And the bottom side, it is showing the velocity. I've already explained you how this velocity is being calculated. And beneath it you can see your expected story points in backlog. Again, I will explain you. So from this window, whatever your backlog strength you will select, which should be multiple of your velocity, so the calculation will be shown here. And beneath it you can see available refined story points. It is coming from this cell, which you will edit manually. And at the end it will show you what is your backlog health, which is currently 50%, and which is coming from here. And on the right side table you will see it says refinement trends. So it has many columns in it. The first is refinement session dates. So whenever you have any your refinement session, you just need to put and details from this. For example, whichever date you have your refinement session, just put date of it. And you just need to, in the next column, you need to put how many story points you have refined in that particular session. The next to it, you just need to mention how many time you took in order to refine those story points. So here I have entered some sample data for your reference. And on the last two columns, these are formula based. You do not need to edit these columns at all, because this will show you efficiency, which is your total story points you have refined divided by minute. So basically how much time you've taken and how many story points you have refined. So based on this, it will show you what is your efficiency. And in the last column, it will show you the same efficiency but in the form of hours. So this is the efficiency in minutes, and this is your efficiency in hours. Now at the bottom you will see it will show total last session. So now this will show you summation, sum of total refined story points of last 6 sessions, because I have selected 6 here. If I'll just change it to 5, you will see details has changed here. Now it's showing me total last 5 sessions, total of last 5 sessions. So this will show you total of last 5 sessions is 98, and this is again total time of last 5 session is 330 minutes. And based on the same calculation, it is showing me what is my efficiency in minutes and what is my efficiency in hours. So beneath it, it is also showing you your efficiency. So based on last 5 sessions, how many story points you are refined per hour. So this is your efficiency, which is 17.82. and beneath it you will also see pending story points to refine, which is 40. And how it is calculating, so once I will double click on it, you will see the formula. The formula is showing me that this is my target story points. This is the story points I need in my backlog, and what is my current status of my backlog is 40. So simply 80 minus 40 is showing me remaining story points, which is 40.8 here. And beneath it now showing how much time you would require in order to refine those 40 story points. And how it is calculating, this is basis upon your efficiency. This is simple mathematics. If you just click it, it will simply multiplying your efficiency into your required story points. So based on this, it will showing you how many minutes you would require in order to refine those sprint. So now we'll move to the next sheet, which is graph. And here you can see it is showing my backlog health. So it is showing here currently need refinement 50%, and refined story points which is available, that is also 50%. It is showing the details from these two cells. And on the right side, it is showing me refined story points timeline. So this is getting the data from these two cells. On the date wise, how many story points I have refined, it is showing the simple line graph of that particular data. And beneath it, it is showing me what is my refinement efficiency in hour. So this data is being taken from these two columns, the dates and the efficiency in hours, right? So this is how you can use this template The download link of this template is given in the description box. You can easily download this template and start using it. Thank you.